Okay. Hello, video number 2. So I said I want to talk about social change. So now the next step is I need to explain why I think that's important, what the change will be, and maybe share some ideas about how that might happen. So I've been involved in lots of campaigning and activism over the course of my life, and there's now a general consensus that there is only really one problem, and that is our economic system, capitalism. Now, that's because capitalism depends on growth. It's a system where we have to want and get more and more and more in order for it to work. But we've reached such a point, it's gone so far that we are actually destroying the planet because we're extracting more from the planet than is possible to get more, to make more things. It's also impacting heavily on our physical and mental health. And it's also destroying our democracy because of the inequality that it creates. And that's the most frightening part. Because if we don't have democracy, we can't then make decisions about how to change it. So I've become convinced, I've been convinced for quite a long time that we are in a crisis now. The crisis is happening right now. And there's an urgent need for change. Now, changing a system like that, any change, any social change, is phenomenally difficult. It's a very, very long process, and there are steps that you have to take. And those steps are things like, you need to first explain to people that there's a need for change. And after that, you need to help people believe that it can change. And then you need to show them how, and then you need to demonstrate how to do it, okay? And lead some form of change. Now, we are right at the start of that journey. Well, lots of people have been campaigning so far, but we're still right at the beginning, because most people in our society don't understand the urgent need for change. So that's my job. I'm going to try to convince you that there's a need for change, and honestly, I don't mind spending the rest of my life talking about that and trying to do it. Now, one of the outcomes of our economic or social landscape is that we have a very polarized society. Okay, that's created a lack of critical thinking and an inability to challenge our beliefs. Okay. Now, our economic system doesn't just exist over here all on its own by itself. It's impacting on us, but also our behaviour is perpetuating it. So the thing we need to do is to actually look at ourselves and change our perspective on the world. And we need to do that in so many ways. It's like a radical new perspective that is needed. Now, because of the polarized opinions, if someone comes along with a radical idea, that's going to be perceived really, really differently by different people. And it makes it very, very difficult to have the bravery to kind of stand up and talk about these things. And I know that this polarization is a problem because I've experienced it. A lot of the things that I'll talk about in these videos, I know that there are people in my life who will 100% get it, 100% agree with me and be like, yeah, everyone thinks that. And then there are people in my life who literally think that I've lost my mind if I talk about these things. They think that I'm talking about a conspiracy theory. So, yeah, very, very difficult for me to do this. It's very, very difficult to change perspectives. I know that, I've got first-hand experience. So what I'm asking you to do as I make these videos is just bear with me, yeah? Maybe don't jump to conclusions and tell me I'm crazy, because there's a lot of things that I'm going to say that will look like I'm crazy, but it's going to take a bit of time for me to like build up enough videos and a body of evidence to make some logical arguments. So yeah, follow along, join in the journey, and maybe together we can discuss and learn some things. See you soon.